fiddling around with these doors again for the Brazilian. So shaved door handles. I've just go on, stab myself with that in a minute. But, I made this little sort of mock-up of the door just to see where everything kind of fits inside. So I could put my door opening mechanism on it. Ordered some solenoids off of AliExpress on me, and I haven't tried them yet, but they're big buggers. Look at them. So they're quite chunky fuckers. I'm going to probably wire one up, just see how much grunt it's got in a minute. But I'm just working out how I'm going to get these doors to open and where I can sit these, because they're quite lumpy. So what I'll probably do in a minute, because I already stripped that door down, and then, you know, it's I could roughly see where stuff goes, but I don't know where the glass comes down exactly, because I've taken all the runners out. But what I'll do is I'll take the passenger side door apart and have a little furk around with that and just see where this can go. But I'm thinking that if I make myself a bracket to go on here, and I could probably make it cable operated, that way that means I can sort of stick it anywhere in the door, within reason anyway, and it will still operate as long as the cable's long enough. Otherwise I've got to try and stick it. Looks like the window goes part of there, and it might be awkward. Because this has got to go in an upward motion to open the door, like that. It takes quite a lot of force as well, so yeah, if I can make a cable, I can work out how much travel it needs to actually operate the door. This has got probably 40 millimetres of travel on it, which is quite a lot. Again, you've got to see how grunty I am. I've got a battery over there, and I'll get some wires, and I'll just give it a little try in a minute. But I have modified this morning, just lowered it down because I had it all a bit squiffy. So now it's roughly exactly the same as the other door-ish, you know, just to get it to work. And once I've done one, I can transfer that to the passenger door, and then work out the back doors. But for now, we'll just two with this. So once I've done one, then it should get easier, innit? But what I'll do, I'll strip that bastard door down, innit? Right, so I'm going to repeat this door. I'll just show you this quickly. This is quite amusing, innit? But hang on. So I'll keep nicking these out of the kitchen, and someone must be getting a bit pissed off because look, I've got my own box that's appeared in here just for me. So that's pretty. Put in bits and bobs here. So winner, chicken dinner. Anyway, let's strip this door down a little bit. A bit boring, but I'm going to pull all the crap off of it, put it in the bag, just so I can see where this mechanism's going to go. And I need me larger door card, get her off for a while. What's that got? Over here. Days. So there's just one screw down in here. Like that. That's it. Now, a bag. Now I need a pen. Right, where's that gone? Boot, sole and that. Bastards. What's that one? Jubbly. Right. Passenger side. Right, now pull that off, pull all the bits out. Probably not going to strip it all the way down, but just going to get this drawer card off. Just so we can see what's going on. I could go to one outside, but it's outside. Seems to be bits of door dropping out. It's plastic. So old and oak it is. Is that it? What else have we got in there? Definitely nothing else, is there? No. Oh, hang on. We forgot that screw at the front then. Let's see if I can do that now. Chuck that in the little bag. Shut up. That one off. And keep a little bit of plastique. It's probably broken now, is it? No, it looks so good. Or it may be broken. I'll put it in the bag of bits. So I don't always glue that in if it's buggered. These are all the plastics come from. They're just disintegrated. So, I don't know what I'm going to do with them or if I've got any more. I could probably rebuild it with a bit of liquid metal or something, some putty, and redo it, but we'll see. I'll see if I've got some more of those, but I'll put it in a bag. I don't really want to take the whole thing apart, I just want to see in there, but you can't really see inside these doors. It's a real prick because there's all that mechanism there which is door open a bit. It sort of stops you being able to see what room you got, but I'm pretty sure, by the looks of it, down on the front of this door here, there's a nice nut there, so I might be able to chuck the solenoid there. Can't go anywhere in there because the door card goes into there. Anyway, there's a loose bolt. Would you even believe it? A loose bolt. And there's a... Oh no, is that, oh I see what that is, that's where the, well it's not loose, it's got a bit of plastic behind it, off of that plasticky bit, which is all just schnapperated. But anyway. Let's pull this lovely bit of plastic off and I'll keep that again because it's in splendid condition, it's never been on. Normally they're all ripped and buggered where people have been in and out, but it's all still got its factory seal. Pull that all the way off from the bolts, so it's a bit like that. Yeah, that's right, now I can actually see. I might have to get a battery. Not one of those mystery cable ties that seems to do. What does it do? I think all it does, it looks like it just goes around the electric door motor. Probably just to stop it falling out. I don't know, or stop it rattling, but yeah, I don't know, that's a bit strange, but if that's how they do it, they must know best because they are, you know, British label. Anyway, if I could get my hand down in there, I can a little bit, and I can feel there is loads of room there, but what I'm going to have to do is manipulate this window down, so I'm going to have to get some power on it, and yeah, I want to pull the window right down to where it's going to land, and just make sure that if I do end up putting the solenoid down inside here somewhere, it's not going to foul anything, but at this stage it don't look too terrible. And I've got quite a bit of room up there. So what I want to do is get the window out but leave my lock mechanism in there. Isn't it? Yes. Don't know. Jerry, do not know. But it does look like I've got some room somewhere. I hope. Oh, actually, I've got tons of room. So up the front here, so right at the front, just here, there's a big hole which I'll get my hand in. And if I do, it's in front of the the window mechanism. So if I was to put it in there, perhaps, and make up some sort of bracket I can bolt on in there. Let me just grab my solenoid, stolen line, solenoid. Yeah, in fact if I take that speaker out, it might let me see in there as well, but probably somewhere in there it might go. Oh, as I say, down there. Down there looks like it might go as well, so we'll see. But wherever I put it, I've got to be able to get it in before I put the mechanism in, otherwise everything gets in the way. So, yeah, right. I'll have to have a little bit of a think about that. Innit? So I've just chucked the battery on this little bad boy just to and plug the door back in. And these windows work. They're a bit intermittent, but my battery charge on my battery is a little bit flat. But they sort of go up and down and then they stop. I don't know what's going on there. Probably needs a bit of WD-40 in them runners and whatever. It's weird, you leave it and then all of a sudden it'll work in like that. It stops, so that seems like some sort of overload to me. Yeah, there must be a little overload in there or something. So we'll have to address that, but they go up and down, and when it came down, it showed me that there's a ton of room down here, so I can, by the loops of things, I'll be able to mount my solenoid right down here and bolt through there, a couple of bolts through there, and then make up a cable to go up there. And I'll just see how much room I've got at the top here. I'm going to get that off there. There's a couple of screws to take that off. I'm going to get rid of that lock and look down inside there, just to see how much room I've got. So we'll just where's that off as well quickly. Then I'll turn this battery off. I might leave that battery on charge with the ignition off, but hopefully it don't go up in flames. Shouldn't do, because all the wiring moves off the motor, those all unplugged, they're gone. But it is interesting to see what does work and what doesn't work. Sunroof works as well, funny enough. I've got the electric motor on that, which surprised me, works, because that normally gets buggered by the rain when they leak. And it's okay, ain't it? Let's get rid of this fucker. Central locking works, so just do it there. Let's do it. Yeah. Unfortunately, that actuator there doesn't undo the rest of the doors, I don't think. Let's have a look. No, only that. So the back doors are now locked. So I'll do that. Anywho, let's get this handle off. Come on, darling, off you come. Or maybe just leave it hanging there. Bollocks to it. How can we see? I might have to get my illumination device to have a look in there. But looking at that, the way it's sitting, the lock sits a bit back further from this plate, so I might adjust my model over there and make it the same. So that's got to come over a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. Yeah. But I don't think it'll make any difference, to be fair. That should still work, I can still fuck around with it. Anyway. Well, I might strip this down a bit more, now I can see what's in there. And got a bit of crack down there, look. just on the bottom of that corner of that door. So I have to make that big again, but I'll do that when I'm doing these door shuts, won't I? Isn't it? Where's that go up again? Yeah, I reckon there's definitely a little thermal overload inside there. I reckon. I'll have to look on the old diagram and I'll have a cup of tea, innit? Oh, another thing, all that was loose by the way, so the electric window on this side, all the bolts were loose, so it was rocking about as it was trying to go up and down. Again, factory, good job. Right, so I've just chucked a couple of temporary leads on my solenoid. I'm just going to see how grunty it is. Here we go, hopefully you can still see. Fuck me. I think that'll do it, you know. It's quite, I'll have to put, we get quite a flash off there, so I will have to put some relays in, so because that'll just kill these little switches that I'm going to use. So yeah, I'll whack in another relay inside the door to operate these. I don't understand Chinese, so I don't know how many, any Chinese people there can read that for me. How many amps is it? Probably a lot. I suppose I could just put a little tiny fuse on it, start off with a little one, and then work me out until it stops blowing, and that would help it. But anyway, yeah, very grunty. I don't know how many newtons it is, but I think, oh, what would it say? I think it was 25 kilos. So if I put a 25 kilo weight on here and suspended that somewhere, it should still pull the bugger up. I think that might open a Rover door just about. Mint. Lovely jubblies. I just nicked an old throttle cable off of me dead weed eater, because that's all I've got. I've got a load of outer cable over there. I've got about 20 metres of it I bought when I was building powered wheelbarrows, but I've got shit tons left over. But yeah, that'll probably do for now. And I can make a sort of Heath Robinson mechanism up with some bits of steel to bolt to that. What do I do with that solenoid? Over there, just bolt that solenoid, and we'll lay that down in there somewhere, and I shall make something that's going to maybe fold up to there, and probably just tack another piece onto, here somewhere if I can, up the top here, the other way, just to pull that up and down, and then make a little a link for it. Yeah, doesn't have to be that one, it'll probably come off and back it off, but yeah, we'll see. Hopefully we can do that. It doesn't need much movement either, it's only like, I'll have to measure that, it's probably about 5 millimetres of movement, which is not a lot, and on that solenoid I've got about 40 millimetres of movement, so probably rip it off, wouldn't it? 25 kilos. So I might put a spring in there as well to take some of the load out of it. So it'll stretch the springs first and then open the door without annihilating this thing, I guess. But it's just trial and error, isn't it? Trial and error. Error and trial. And I'm going to try and make a bracket to hold it. So I'll go and find some stuff. I've just had a cunning idea as well. So it's got a little spring on it, or a spring, which actually looks like it limits the movement of that from top to bottom. What I could do is just take that circlip off there, put a sleeve over here just to limit the movement to what I want, so it'll only move sort of, yeah, 10 mil. I think we'll live with 10 mil by the time that transfers through the cable and stretches and whatever. So we might try that. I must have some tube and crap kicking around that we could probably put over there, or even a bit of nylon. Yeah, a bit of nylon would work. Just stick it over, and then make that spring a bit smaller, just so as it. Well, actually, no, we leave the spring as it is, and that'll actually allow to reduce the movement as well, won't it? So we'll have a go at that. Well, you're not going to Adam and believe it, but a bit of 20 mil conduit. See, luckily I'm a Sparky, innit? Fits perfect. So we just limited that movement, so I'm just going to go and see what it does. If it works, we'll be on a winner. Yep, that seems to have done the trick. So what I'll do now is I'll make up this bracket. It's got bolt holes in it, and I think I did buy some screws, little tiny ones, look like 4mm or some shit. But I'll make that so as it sits like this inside the door. I'll probably make a plate that goes onto here as well, which I'll just tack on so as it sandwiches it, and then that'll have a little L bracket on it there for the cable to mount in. Just looks like it needs a pin through it, and I might wrap the cable round and crimp it. I did have some crimps, I don't know if I still got any, but you can get those little crimps for cable. So I just put a loop in it, and we'll see how that goes, isn't it? But yeah, it's going to work, I reckon. So I couldn't find my little crimpy bits, but I have got these little cable, whatever they are, nipples, soleless nipples. And I reckon if I doubled it over, put a pin through, that should be good enough, but we'll see. I won't make it off yet because I've still got to work out all the rest of it. I started cutting some metal over there. I'll just clean it up a little bit and make the first bracket up. And once I've got the solenoid part done, then I can start pissing around with the lock mechanism and make something up there as well, innit? So far what we've got is a little bracket, and this is going to weld onto that solenoid. I just put a couple of tacks on it so I don't melt it, and then I'm just going to gusset that so it don't bend, although it's 3mm plate, but yeah, we'll put a gusset on it anyway. And that should be the first bit done. All I've got to do is drill the holes in the door where they're going to go, roughly measure this cable to go up to the top, and then make that top bit so as it'll work, and then we'll set it up on this one and give it a crack. So just put a couple of gussets on the side of there, probably a bit over the top, but you know, don't want it to fall off there. Now I'm going to just tack that onto that solenoid, hopefully not melt the bloody thing, so I'll drench it in water as soon as I've welded it, so I don't want to bugger it. And then that'll be the first one done. Then I've just got to copy that for the other other three. But that'd be easy, isn't it? So here we go. There's my first bracket. I've only just tacked it on there. I don't think it's going to need a lot. It's not going to go anywhere. Didn't melt anything, which is good. But the one thing I've sussed out is I'll have to make all the strokes the same before I weld this on, because I won't be able to get me a bit of tube on. Well, I will. I could just I'll probably slot it, couldn't I, if I was clever. But anyway, that'll do. We'll try that one. Now I'll mark that on the door, see where it's going to sit. It's going to sit sort of like this, and that's the door lock in there, that in. Hopefully it'll fit in. I'm going to go and try it on the door. Right, confession time, we're already fucked up. So I thought that only had about 5mm of movement, but when you actually open the door, it's more like, I'd say, looks like we've got to do 20mm of movement. So on my solenoid, all I'll do is I'll measure from the end. I've got a good 12 at the minute, and I'll just trim around this plastic around here. I'll trim around there, and just take off another 10mm or so to give me that travel, because I can't get this out now because some bloke just welded it all in, and now that's sort of there as it's going to go. I could just cut them tacks off, but I'll just go around there with a little hacksaw blade and just chop it out, and that way I can get it accurately the right measurement, and then we should be good. In fact, I might make it a little bit more, because what I'll do is I shall weld a little extension on this on here, give me a little bit more leverage so it'll make it easier to open the door. I think I've got the room inside. I've just got to have a quick look with the torch, make sure I can extend that across, and once I've done that I can make the bracket, which will weld somewhere on the back here out of the way, just to hold the cable, and then it's a matter of getting the cable around the right way, which is hopefully going to go something like that, if possible, as long as that still moves. Yes, it does. It's got quite a powerful spring on there, so that should be alright there. So that will turn alright, as long as I don't pull this cable too tight up inside the door, it'll be good. So I'll quickly modify that. I'll quickly modify that plastic tube, get the right throw on it. I might make it, yeah, so 25mm. That give me a little bit of play with, a little bit more leverage on there, and then we should be somewhere near where I want to be. So I've just measured it from the back. I've got an hacksaw blade and I'm going to use it cutting backwards, so I'll just run it around here a little bit until we get down to back down to metal. And then we cut across it and should be able to peel it out. I think we're all the way through there, Captain. Come on, you little pig dog. Go. Burger, right. Yeah, if we just measure at the back there, somewhere like that. So let's get it on to 10. So that's on, right to the edge of that's on about 13mm, and that has now gone up to 35. So 35 minus 13. And that'll be our throw, isn't it? So that's just giving us 22mm of movement now. Is that going to be enough? Is it going to be enough? I'll measure this one. So that is on about on 14, and it's right up. That is on 23. I think that'll be alright by the time I extend that. Yeah, by the time I extend the throw on the lock there, extend this out a little bit more leverage, it should be good. So I've just made that bit, but because I'm a twat, I've put the bolt through the wrong way, which is going to be the pin, but that's not bad because that'll do for the other door, so I'll keep that one as the passenger door. I just got to make that for the right hand door the right way round so as it'll work, but I'll show you where that was going to go anyway. On the end of here. Oh, actually no, I'm lying, I have made it the right way. Why did I think I made it wrong? What did I do there? No, it's the right way. Aha. So that's going to go on there like that. I'm just going to weld that on, and then I've just got to make the top of that somewhere out of the way and make a little bracket up to come off here, so that'll locate in there like that, and then that'll wrap around another one of those little pinch bolt things, solder's nipples, and it should be alright. I would like to put something around this thread really, quite sharp at the end, but so I don't want to cut the cable. I'll have a look, see if I've got anything other than that. I'll probably just file it a little bit, get rid of the thread, but I'm going to weld this nut on, so that'll retain the, this when it's gone around there like that, don't you know. So I'll move this over to the welding bench, and I'll just weld that on quick, and I'll be back. So that's all welded on now. Let me just zoom right in. Where is the bastard? There it is. Let's bring that up a little bit. And there's quite a bit of movement on it now, just with that little bit of extra length on it. It's made it easier, but so we've probably gone from, I think it was 20 odd mil Let's mark the bottom of that and we'll be able to see. I just rinsed it off, so I'll just mark there. And then mark there. Let's see what that is. I think we'll be alright, you know, don't you know? And that is, I'll get that in there. Get 20 mil. So we've got 20 mil up and down, so we should be good. All I've got to do now is make a point to capture the outer cable, and we should be nearly there, I think, I hope. And I've got adjustment on this front one, so on here I've used an adjuster, so I'll be able to tension the cable. I'll be able to get it roughly right with these little solder nipples and then tension it properly. But I think that cable's going to be about the right length as well. Let me zoom right out again. Look at that. Yeah, so by the time that is fitted on the door, so like that, inside the driver's door, obviously it's going to be on that side, I think. It will be on that side. I know, sorry, it'll be underneath there like that, but it'll be like pretty much like that. That cable will come up in out of the way of the window and everything, and then that should, hopefully, we'll get that like that. I can get this to the right length as well. Before I put this together properly, I'll test fit this in the door with the solenoid and make sure I get the cables the right length as to where they're going to go. So I've not got shit tons folded up and it'll get caught in the window mechanism and all that right, malarkey. We don't want that, do we? Hey, but very close, very, very close indeed. I'll just make this top bracket and then we'll be good. So that's the rough shape of what I need in there. I don't know if you can see that, it's roughly marked out. Put a hole in there, going to slot that, fold it over and weld it, because the door angle changes above the opener. On what side? It sort of folds over, so I've got to try and get that out of the way. Sort of bend that over there so this still goes up. So I'll make that so that it can bend like that, and hopefully it'll still go in the door. I won't know until I actually take it over and chuck it in, I suppose. I'll just cut this one out. Sorry people, I'm bleeding, I forgot I weren't recording. But anyway, I've just done this bit, so now I've made that top piece, which is there, which the cable goes up to. I'm just going to have to obviously dress it around when it gets it, and I might have to bend it a little bit once it goes in the door, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But if we do that with a solenoid, it does operate. Now the next thing to do is chuck a battery on it and see if it does. Hopefully it does, otherwise I'll have to make this longer. But you never know. Hey, I should go and get my battery. So this will be the moment of truth, I suppose. It'll either work or it bleeding won't. And I might have to modify it, but let's give it a little nudge. Well, it's not looking good, is it? Not enough grunt. What a homosexual solenoid. How queer. Might do it easy, but I'm not a solenoid, I suppose. Well, that's pretty annoying, isn't it? Very annoying. I'm still working out whether I'm going to, on the back doors, just get rid of the door handles on the outside, so you have to open them from inside, which is pretty easy, you know, just reach back and open it. That means I could save that, so I wonder if I put another solenoid at the back of this, whether that'll give it enough oomph to open. Unless there's more powerful ones on the market, but I would have thought 25 kilos. Well, that's what it said on the packet, but they are Chinese, so it could be BS. Very annoying. It was all going so very well. Anyway, let me try another solenoid as well. We'll see what that does. Right, I know that looks a bit wanky, but we've got two connected there, just temporarily wired together with a bit of wire and a bit of shit and a bit of this and a bit of that. So, we'll see what two lots do. Pretty extreme, isn't it, right? Bleeding car door. They should put levers on them, shouldn't they? Oh, I have then. Right. Ha ha ha! Well, that works. We've got double the horsepower. So, what I can do is make up an adapter for that, weld these two together, just tack them together. I know it's probably drain the battery pretty quick, I suppose, if I keep turning them on and off, but it does work. We can just confirm by locking the door with a huge big lead. Right, so let's make sure that thing is engaged like that, and that's now engaged. And then we'll just try it again, and that should fit around. If it does, then hallelujah. They did. And I'll lock it again. So it is sort of working. It's a bit harder when it's got a bit of resistance there for show, but it did open the door. Well, open the catch. Obviously, it would be a lot better if I just got some real grunty solenoids. I'll have a look, see if I can get some, but in principle, it's going to work. This top half is good. I'm happy with that. Although, if I've got enough room, I could possibly make this longer. In fact, I'll probably try that. If I make that double the length that it is now, that's going to give me double the leverage, isn't it? But I've just got to make sure that it's going to fit. So that's another thing we can try. But yeah, let's have one more go. It does make a lot of fizz bangs here, but yeah, it's opened it, so I'll try that. Let's make that longer instead. Might be a better idea. So in conclusion, this mock-up, these solenoids are absolute dog shit. So I wouldn't buy them if I were you, because they don't do what they say on a tin. Say 25 kilos, my ass. I've tried extending the lever, making get more leverage on it. It's not doing it. So what I'm going to do probably is have a change of tack on it. I've got another set of central door locks outside which are motorised. Now motorised door solenoids have got shit tons of grunt because they're electric motor and a gear. So what I'll do is I'll probably take the ones off one of the Rovers outside and yeah, see if I can adapt that instead. Probably still use the cable system to open it or whatever. And hopefully there's enough grunt in that spring to reload it so as it goes back to zero sort of thing. But that's what I'll probably do. Let's have another go tomorrow. Nighty night. Update. So, pissing around this. Oh, don't throw that on the floor, we need that. I was bugging about this, which is of another Rover, which is central door lock off of the passenger side, front. But it looks like this is a master as well. So with the master, if you turn the key, it obviously pulls this down. There's a switch in here as well. One of these cables is for a switch, which energises the other doors, so they'll either all lock or unlock from either the left-hand side or the right-hand side. I think they did that because obviously these were built to go to America or whatever, so you could like move the steering wheel over and everything's already ready for, you know, foreigners, jolly foreigners. So you could unlock the door from both sides. So this works on 2 of these terminals. You put pos on one and neg on the other, and it'll fire out, and then turn it around and it pulls back in again. Now I could make that work, but it'd be a real pain in the ass because I'd have to probably put a set of relays in there to switch it over, which could be a bit of a prick. But put out an SOS this morning while I was Skyping my brothers, and my older brother said, "Oh, I've got a set of central locking stuff that he's not going to use," and he brought it around this morning. So that's a slave, it's 2-wire, so that works, it either pulls in or pulls out, depending on the polarity of that, like pos, neg, pos, whatever. So that's that one, which is one I'm going to try. And then I've also got the master, which is obviously same thing. It's, you pos neg it on these two, and it will kind of fire in or pull in or fire out. And then you've got a switch, and then you've got another one which I don't know what it does, but probably would work it out eventually. But on the Rover, it's got pretty much the identical thing. So on the existing Rover door, it's got the 5-wire system. So you've got a pos neg, a switch, and another one, whatever it does. So that means that for this central locking system, so if I was to buy one, because you can only operate with a key on these, but the receiver and all the bits and the bobs for this are in this little box over here. Now that's the gubbins that you'd stick under the dashboard or something, and then with the remote you can lock and unlock your car. So this, I might use this. I only need this part and the key fobs, and then a little bit of wiring loom. Let's go see what my dog's up to. He's a retard. But yeah, I only need those parts, and I can use the slave for the door actuator, for one for the passenger side and one for the driver's side, hopefully. As if it's got enough grunt. I think as me and my brother tried it, I tried to hold it out while he put it on the battery, and it pulled me easy, so stronger than me. So we'll try that in a minute, but let's go and see what this bloody dog's doing. Right. Stupid dog was just barking at the neighbours because he does that, because he's got retardation. Anyway, I'll just show you this little one here, hopefully you can see. I might zoom in on that for you, geezers. So one way this will pull in, like that, and the other way it fires out, like that. Now I want it pulling in, so blue's going to be my neg and green is going to be my positive, and that hopefully will be enough to open this door. I am going to redo my lock again. I don't know whether I'll keep using this one or get another one off the other car outside, my donor. There's no reason I can't use this. I've just got to cut off the mod I did on it, which is this extension, get rid of that, and put it back to where it was, which should be fine. And then I can mount this on a bracket. I'll modify this bracket I made for the solenoid, which is down here, which you can't see because some idiot ain't put the camera down. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. So this one, which I've already modified, then that wires in the way. So yeah, I should pull that apart, just take the welds off of there, and put those solenoids in storage somewhere, because they might do to something, but only something that doesn't need a lot of grunt. But, or I could just sell them, I don't know. But absolutely useless. For the size of them, the weight of them, they're absolute dog shit. So never mind. Lesson learned. Should stop buying crap off of AliExpress, I suppose, and go for a reputable manufacturer. But yeah, I'll strip all these down and I'll make this bracket to take my contraption, and then hopefully in the next hour or so I should have it working as I wanted it. And I've made a decision that I'm not going to bother with the back doors unless this is really easy. Yeah, unless this is really easy, which I don't know if it will be or not, but because there's less room inside the back door. So the front door's definitely going to have like a push button door operation, but the back doors I may just have to lean over and open the doors up. But I'll see how I go. To see how involved I want to get. There will be no door handles though, so it will be nice and smooth and clean. And I'm probably even going to address the fuel flap. It's got quite a big gap at the back of it, so I might even close that in a bit as well, because you've got a key to open it with, so there's no reason you can't use the key to pull it open. You don't need to get your fingers in there, I don't think, so I might do that as well, make it look a bit more purdy. But as I say, I'm going to strip all this crap down and make a bracket for it. So pretty much I've pulled all the old crap off that I had on there before and put it back to the first position, which is the short lever on the lock, which is just up here. So short lever on the lock, same cable pull position, and then down here is our central locking bit. I've made the bracket up here, but it's just the right length to wedge in there, so I've just wedged it there. And if I shut the door, and then I should just hold that so it doesn't fly off, but many more go, and let's open the door. Open the door, lovely. That's worth a treat. It seems to be pretty easy for it. I might just try and bend this cable up a little bit more just to see if it's still got the grunt to do it, because it's going to be sort of a bit bent inside the door when I do it. Let's try again. If it still does that, then we're on a winner, mate. Hold in. Open. Yep. Not as much movement, but it's just enough to fire the door open. So I think that's it. That is it. So all I've got to do is finish off making all the brackets for that. So this one here is part of the one I had on the solenoid, but I've just got to extend that across and drill some holes in it to mount this this little actuator in there, and then that can bolt inside the door. These are pretty weak, so I don't know if I'll beef this up with a bit of liquid metal or something. It's only cheap plastic, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. I might encase it in something, even some resin or something in that block, just to make it stronger so it don't kind of come apart. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked with that, and they were free from my brother, so that's even more better. Makes me not feel so bad about buying other crap, but at least we've got a solution now. So I've got we've got these 3 more of these slaves. So if I wanted to, I could do one of the other back doors and the passenger side, but as I say, I think I'm just going to do the 2 front driver's doors, make it simple. And how hard is it to lean across the back and open the back door up? Not that hard, eh? Anyway, but at least it'll achieve the look I'm going for, which is a Brazilian, you know what I mean? Anyway, I'll carry on and I'll make that other piece of this bracket, which is pretty simple. It's just going to be pretty much just a bit of flat plate and another kind of brace on it just to stop it from bending. And then I'll find out where it can fit inside the door, and then actually I could try this one. I'll try this one in. I'll put it in and reassemble these components inside the driver's door just to see if it's going to fit. I think I'm still going to have to manipulate this a bit. I might have to bend this over and bend this arm just so as it all fits inside the door, because I've had to go up about 50 odd mil above the lock. And looking at the door, it's got a bend in it, so it might be a little bit more cocking around, but in principle it works, so winner. So I've just been rooting around my scrap pile and I found a perfect little bit of box section. So what I'm going to do is the bracket I've made earlier, I'll just cut the front of it off and I shall weld it to the end of here. I'll cut that off, take off part of the box so it's hollow inside and make a clearance for the motor part, and then this can all fit inside here, and I've got enough to do the other one as well, so I've got enough for the passenger side. So I can go and cut that off and prep it and then get all this ready to sit in. Then all I've got to do is suss out how I'm going to attach it to the door itself. I might, I'll see how much room I've got behind the door card. I could probably weld some captive bolts into here so it pops in and just put a couple of nuts on it. And hopefully you won't see them, we'll see how we go. But that's a little bit thinner than the other stuff, that's a bit too thick, this is quite heavy duty, but yeah, we'll do that and we'll transfer all that into there, see how it goes, innit? So I just found the screws for the kit, which screwed up into here. So what I might be able to do is kill two birds with one stone. I'll drill some slightly bigger holes through the back of this metal. They'll go through there, and I'll drill through the same thing on the door, and hopefully the whole lot will just be held on with those two screws. We hope. Yeah, so I'll just suss out where this has got to go. I'll mark these holes, get everything nicely lined up. Now I've just got to find a pen that works because they keep going missing. I don't know what happens with them. Anyway, I'll mark it up, drill the holes, and we'll go and mount it. So I'm just offering this in, and I found the best place for it to live is going to be just in this little cavity here. It's about the right sort of size for right in there. So I'm going to, I've marked on the outer casing this and on that line there, so where it's roughly got to be. Now all I've got to do is transpose those couple of screw holes, which I can see there. So one's going to be about there, and one is going to be about there, and I'll get it on that flat there hopefully. Maybe I'll move it up there a touch. Because there's a couple of dents in there. Not sure where that's going to work yet, but there's a pin in there and a peg. Yes. Or it could go right forward here. I'm just going to turn it up the other way. But we'll have a crack. We'll see what's going to look best. Or what's going to work best. I may have to put a relief hole in this, just for one of where these little location pegs are for the door cards. So yeah, I might have to do that as well. And then that's it over the top of that. But we'll clear in it. We'll have a look. Right. Let's do that then. Do that. So, a bit of mucking around, but I've sussed out this dip's the best bit, so that sinks in there. Still got clearance between everything inside, and I can use the same principles I do with the mechanism in it. It's held on a big penny washer that goes over there, pinch it, so I'll do the same on this side with a big washer or a bit of flat steel just to pinch that. I'm just going to whack a hole in here and I'm going to try it. Now hopefully, if I get a screwdriver I should be able to put that in there. It's just going to be a bit of buggering around with a cable to get a root nice in there, but I know that I have got I've got some wiggleability with that, and I can always put a short cable on it, I suppose, or a longer cable, either or either, just to dress it round nicely. But I'll try and just fit this in, and if I find a Phillips screwdriver unit, we've got a battery one over here, we might use that. Quick 30. I'll leave one in. I can leave one screw in and get one in, and then it actually work out pretty good. And I just find a washer. So this one at the back, I can pull out, and that little fella, like that. So that little fella can go in here. That's now there. All I've got to do is find that hole. Bugger is it? Didn't think about that, did I? Let's get the bottom. That gives it a much better angle. What I'll do, I'll just mark that there and mark through there on the rear panel, excuse me, and that is where the screw hole is at the minute. So that means I want to go back and down. So if I just put another hole down here, I may just get it. May just get enough. So we'll whack another hole in about there. And all I'm doing there is making the car lighter, obviously, isn't it? So hopefully, now, I should be able to see that one. There it is. That feels like the end. Start it. Yep. Hopefully all these wires are cable will clear there with it if I get out there. Yep. That's nice. And that's dressed in there nice. So all I've got to do really is it's just on the edge of there. It's a shame. But it's out of the way, it's right out of the way. Doesn't look like it's going to touch any of the window wiper. So I'll get a washer and put it on this side. And then we'll connect the battery up and just see what happens, I suppose. So there. We'll close the door. I'll tighten all this up. Just go and get some bolts for that, I suppose. Hopefully that all still clears. We'll soon see, won't we? Still looks like it's moved. It's got movement, so I won't bother about putting another bolt in. Just two will do. Should I put that now? No, let's get the battery and just make sure that I can open the door again. If I shut it, I should be able to get it. It's got movement on it, so that's not locked up. Let's give it a whirl. Right there. Shut that one. Well, when they close, I've not got it adjusted right. Well, I know what it might be. I might have to put a bit of slack on the cable. Yeah, I might have to put a bit of slack on the cable just to let it in a bit. I might have it already trying to undo the door. So I'll have to adjust that, which I can get to through here with a spanner, so I'll do that quickly. Mil. let's have a look up in here. You should be able to see the adjuster. Oh, look at that right there. Let's put a bit of slack on that, I think. Let's see if that works. Let's try that first. For some reason it's trying to keep it open. Why is that? Why is it trying to stay open? Why is that trying to stay open? It should work, unless I'm holding it open a little bit, too much tension on the cable. So I'll give it a little bit more adjustment. Go all the way in. That cable's sort of a bit tight there, but half around with that, and another day I can get more in or out of the cable. And let's see if that's going to work. Why you no locky? Oh, that's hooked over there to start. It's locked now, and so it's right there. It is just adjustment. It looks like all it is the cable's just a bit too tight. Door shut. Next thing, get the battery and see if it'll open. Right then, moment of truth. Negative's connected up. Just going to touch the positive, and we should see if it works. The door pop open. And imagine I've got a poppy button there. But let's just see if this is going to work. Look at that, you can fit your fingers behind there. But I've still definitely got to adjust the cable, give myself a little bit more free play on that cable because it's a little bit tight, just holding the latch from engaging. So I'll adjust that and we'll try again. So I've just quickly fitted the window runner as well because that goes right past all the door lock and everything. And it's all clear, so all of my new mechanism clears it, which is fabulous, darling. So all I've got to do is adjust the length of the cables a little bit, which is all that's stopping it in a minute. But everything else looks mint as, and I'll have to cable tie my cable out of the way of the window and everything. I can do that once I reassemble the car. But it's good that it works, it actually works, which I'm well pleased about. Door shut, I still haven't adjusted it, but one more time with the window runner on. And that's all we want. And the whip, that's just lovely, absolutely lovely. So I might adjust it just so I can 100% say it's going to work. So I've just been looking down inside here as it's working. I think the issue I'm having is this cable. It's probably just a bit too tight a turn on it down the bottom, so it's stopping it release all the way. But another thing is the soleless nipple I've got is too fat, so it's actually catching on the back of the window runner. So I'm going to have to eliminate that. So I'll have to buy some of those little aluminium ferrules, like crimps, to crimp the cable together. And that'll get rid of that problem, so that'll cure that. Other than that, I think we'll be alright. Maybe put a big spring on there as well, might add a spring to it. So I'll put another peg on and put a grunty spring so it's always return down. And then I think we should be good, but yeah, I reckon we've pretty much cracked it. I've just got to repeat it on the other door. Anyway, why is that not opening now? There's the torch. Said he cracked it, and not he lied. Why is that not opening now? So yeah, that cable is really tight. Very, very tight. It's already open, twat. Let's try it one more time. You don't want to be doing that every time you shut your door though, hey, that would be a pain in the arch. Or if my battery's going a bit flat, the battery flat even. The battery's going a bit flat. Anyway, my biggest issue at the minute is the cable run, so once I've got that all sorted out, we should be alright. Wow. It's really tight down the bottom there. Actually, I can adjust it right up there like that. I'll probably even move that cable from where it's routed at the moment. It might make a difference. I'll try that, I think. And then we'll put a big washer on here and screw that actuator in place. I'll try that, but probably need another cup of tea. So I have just re-wrapped that cable and it seems to have made a bit of a difference. So that's shut and that's open. And that's shut and that's open. So yeah, it's all about this cable at the minute. I think that's our issue. So yeah, if I can address that proper, I think we'll be all right. Again, yeah, a few other little bits and bobs, but you know, still a little bit tight, so they definitely need a spring. But yeah. Good in the hood. So I'd say it's a bit of a success story really, but a little bit more work and we'll be there. Fabulous. So not 100% success really, but as close as we're going to get I think. Bit of fettling with the cable, a couple of springs added here and there, and I think it'll be okay. And yeah, hopefully we've cracked it sort of thing. But that'll do for today. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully next time you see I'll have it working properly. I might even have the door, the mirror sort of placed, I don't know. Or I might just wait until I assemble the car. But I'll get the other side done. And yeah, I'm calling that a success. Ta-da!